Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here, and welcome to, I believe this is only actually the second official Tribal Council exit interview, which is a little embarrassing on my part. I've been doing kind of a poor job on keeping tabs on them. But regardless, it's the second exit interview. Yeah, Sam, how you doing?
I'm very good this wonderful day.
All
Um,
right, well, I guess it's appropriate that you're here because we did the first exit interview with you, and I believe you got voted out third overall.
we did, and now we're turning the tables, and I'm interviewing you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is
And
this is fun.
given all the strategic mischief that I've been in, and then given the dramatic way that my vote out was kind of went down and my
Yeah.
reaction to it and everything, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. I'm pumped. Come on, and I'm expecting stuff from you, Sam. I'm expecting you to put on your best probes to really hit it. Really give me some hard hitting questions.
Well, I'm gonna put on my Louisiana Youth Legislature um, delegate hat and hit you with the hardballs.
All
So
right, let's do it. Let's do it.
let's go. Okay, so let's try soft and easy first. And just to kind of work into this. So Tiki, what was your overall strategy and kind of general ambition in the game? I mean, you got to have some. I mean, you lasted this long, so what was kind of your goal besides winning? But uh,
My goal was honestly to just get to the finals with IDI. So
okay,
thanks, IDI. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But really, that was it. It's basically like as soon as I found out that IDI was a fan of Rob Has a Podcast, which is a Survivor podcast that is basically like the entire basis of what I've tried to create here on the So You Want to Be an Imagineer YouTube channel.
mhm,
Once I found that out, I was basically like, okay, I absolutely have to work with this kid. Like, me and him are going to run the table with strategy. Like, the two of us combined, we know what we're doing, we know what's up. There were other people in the game that did have an active, keen eye on strategy. Specifically, Zwyland was playing really good. Like, Zwyland, it's an interesting thing. We'll get to that when we get to that. But I feel like Zwyland kind of overplayed in a way that me and IDI kind of weren't. And then you had Little Giants, and really that was like about it. So it's like it's one of those situations where we knew that in terms of like running the table, we knew there weren't going to be a ton of people who were as into the game logic as we were, and definitely nobody that was as into the survivor aspect as we were. So that was it. I was forming an alliance with IDI, and I wanted to run the tables to the end. So that was my ambition. And also, just on a personal side, I really wanted this to be kind of my transition into your guys' community, and I feel like I've done that. I feel like you guys welcomed me in with open arms. I really have enjoyed getting to know all of you on more personal levels, and in spite of the dramatic way in which I went out, I've got to say, just going off the top with this interview, really, I'm fine. I'm cool. I know I said some stuff that, some pretty over the top stuff about IDI and friendship and everything. I know it's just a game, blah blah blah. So if we can
well,
put that aside,
I'm gonna have to cut you off for one
yeah.
moment, and I'll leave you this with this question. I gotta go scan something, so I apologize for that. But kind of take me through how you planned. What was your plan to get to work with IDI to get to that final goal? Kind of what was your plan, move for move? Kind of what were you thinking in those regards?
Well, I mean, it's really tough to say move for move, considering we based our entire game, as any good Survivor player should, on just the idea of going from round to round, getting through, basing it on the situation, basing on who's contributing and not contributing around quote unquote camp being the challenges, based around who's a threat, who's not a threat, who we can work with, who we want to get rid of. So that was really it. And the big key thing that we did have was we had jokers. And Joker's was one of those things where it's like, I knew the possibility was there. I really knew the possibility was there. And I might have gotten mad at IDI for voting me out, but I had no ill will against Joker at all, because it's like, with me and him, I I slaughtered his ass. I slaughtered him in So You Want to Be an Imagineer Season 12. I officially dubbed it the Blue Wedding in honor of Game of Thrones, because he's Adventure Blue Dude on So You Want to Be an Imagineer. So, Joker, having Joker as basically like the guy on the other tribe, that was really the core. That was a big thing that we were aiming to do, because we knew there was going to be two tribes. We knew that if we formed an alliance of three, and this was what IDI and I were thinking, at the start of the game, we knew that we wanted to form an alliance of three, and we wanted to rope in one other person. Joker was that really logical person, because, hey, he's the guy that I started the So You Want to Be an Imagineer channel with. He's basically the second, public figure of So You Want to Be an Imagineer besides me. So it really makes a ton of sense. Me and Joker have become, friends outside of the game and outside of the website and everything. So it really made a lot of sense. At the end of the day, though, in terms of, like, Joker turning on me, not surprised. Not surprised at all. To see him back yet? No? Okay. Well, I'll keep going. I guess I'll kind of, he said to go round for round, so I guess I will do that. So, I guess the first person to talk about is JDM Disney. JDM Disney was most definitely political. Everything about that move was political. I essentially just got to work doing what I do as a survivor, which is take what people say and use it against them. And I guess that right there, that's another, like, kind of thesis statement that I just kind of, like, packed away in my subconscious, take what people say and use it against them. And that's exactly what I did with JDM. Because we had the whole thing with the World Showcase. We needed to create a new e-ticket for the World Showcase, and I believe the e-ticket was, we had to choose between Canada and Italy. I was already working the table in terms of politics at this point. So I was thinking, I personally more wanted to go the Italy direction. But we had someone on our team who was very inactive the first project, but then the second project he came on, and he looked like he was going to be kind of like a big member, because he really did a lot of brainstorming in the second project. That person was Jose. And so I went ahead and I put some stock in Jose. On a very political level, I put stock in Jose. It wasn't because I wanted to do Canada, because I didn't. It's just because Jose wanted to do Canada, and I wanted to encourage Jose with the team spirit as much as I could. So that's what led to Jose getting Canada. And then Matt, on the other hand, was kind of absent through that World Showcase project. And he comes in kind of last minute, and he does kind of say, like, hey, look, I think we should do Italy instead, Venice specifically. Now, the problem with this is that we've already been working on the Canada stuff for a good 24 hours, and there wasn't much time in between this project and, and the due date. So all those days, all those hours were very pivotal. Basically, what ended up happening was we ended up getting into, like, a discussion, and we had to have, like, an official vote literally a day before the project was due, on what pavilion we were going to use. That wasn't good. That wasn't good at all, and that definitely cost us something. That cost us a lot. So at the end of the day, with JDM, yeah, he did make a political error in terms of, like, I don't think once a team's concept gets finalized, I don't think it's ever a good idea to to go against the curve and be like, hey, I don't think we should be doing this. I think we should be doing that. It just in terms of general politics and whatnot, I just don't think that's a good move. But on a political level, I definitely was way more interested in getting out someone like JDM Disney, someone who has an approved track record on this board, someone who's popular, someone who has a lot of ties with people. I was way more interested in getting out someone like that than I was getting out someone like a Jose, who essentially had absolutely no social ties to anyone and who I consider to be very malleable. And that's kind of what I looked for. I looked for malleable people. I knew IDI was kind of my strategic equal, but I just wanted to form a bond with IDI that was strong enough that would take us to the end. So I kind of failed at doing that because I'm sitting here right now. But Sam, you're not there, are you? No? Okay. He said he had to go copy something, so I don't exactly know what that entails, but I'll just keep going. I'm just going to just run through my strategy round for round, I guess. Hopefully you guys don't hear, just don't mind me kind of rambling a little bit, just talking to myself, essentially. Okay, so let's see. So with JDM, like I said, I considered Jose to be someone that I could basically use as a vote, and someone who would work hard at camp. Again, camp meaning the challenges and whatnot and the brainstorming, but be easy to vote out if we needed to vote him out. So that's why JDM went, because JDM had the track record and he made the political error. If he didn't make that political error at the beginning, he probably wouldn't have gone. Jose probably in all likelihood would have gone, or even Infinite, because Infinite that round wasn't really contributing much. So I guess that's a good transition into me and Infinite, because oddly enough, Infinite was actually the person that I was the most closely aligned with in So You Want to Be an Imagineer Season 12, which was kind of like my precursor season in this when it comes to my strategy game. Season 12 was, like I said, when we got out Jokers at Final 7, and it was what we called the Blue Wedding. I'm going to check something really quick. I'm going to check if Sam... I don't know. Maybe Sam's like... I don't know. Oh, God. Yeah, sorry about Sam just kind of dropping on me, folks. I am kind of sorry about that. Oh, God. So anyways, dead air. Dead air. Dead air is my enemy as a podcaster. So, yeah, I formed the alliance with IDI, and I also formed the alliance with Infinite. At that point, though, I wasn't really comfortable letting Infinite know how close I was to IDI, so I wanted to make Infinite think that I was his closest ally. And that's kind of what I did. That's what I did kind of throughout the game, was I really got people to believe that they were aligned with me when really the whole time I was with IDI, and IDI was the one person that I was not going to vote out. So going forward, we have the double elimination where we lost Aaron O, and then we also lost Sam. That was I can't really speak much to it. I know there was some behind-the-scenes stuff going on with Sam, but again, I wish he's here. Sam, are you there? Sam, hello, buddy. Oh, God. Oh, well, this has never happened on my podcast before, especially with someone who who's going to be actually conducting this interview. Jesus. Okay, well, I'm just rolling with it. Let's see. So, the next thing to talk about, I guess, is the elimination of Jose. And that, of course, came with the Three Musketeers twist. Again, I'm going to defend that project against the project that Team Baxdano did. I still think we should have won that one. Just because in terms of the whole paraphrasing of Fantasyland Dark Ride, when I think Fantasyland Dark Ride, I don't think like Epcot-style edutainment. I think IPs done in a fantastical Dark Ride way, which is what we had with Up. But I digress. I guess, at the end of the day, I can dish it, but I can't take it. I mean, that's kind of what it came down to in regards to my reactions to these kind of things, because I was not happy being in this position, and The thing is, I was probably going to be fine because, in all likelihood, even if the Three Musketeers twist played out the way that Armichael intended it to play out, I probably would have been fine, considering they were going to be targeting England anyways. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just overreacted because it was an obvious move for Baxtanu to do. It's like, what are they going to do? It's like they won the reward. It's like we would have done the same thing. We would have probably put up like Zwyland, T Cool, and I don't know who the third person would have been. I don't know, maybe Jokers perhaps. So I can't really fault them. I tried to like play the logic of like, well, you guys don't have someone like Jose on your team who does nothing. I was a jerk about that. I was a total jerk about that. And I apologize. I still apologize. That was not my proudest moment. At the end of the day, though, I am very glad that Armichael decided to eliminate Jose. Although it's kind of interesting because Jose and that whole situation was kind of a predecessor to what we were going to see post-merge with Little Giants and Jokers being kind of like these pawn players in the game. So, let's see. Sam! Sam! Oh, what are you doing to me, buddy? What are you doing to me? Oh, this is a one-man show now. I haven't done one-man shows since Nicktoons Movie Month, for God's sakes. Oh God, and those videos got so many thumbs down, and now I'm referencing my own stuff at this point. Okay, I guess just to keep going, let's see. So we had IDI, and I think at this point I knew that he had the idol. He told both me and Jokers that he had the idol. That was a huge risk. That was definitely a huge risk. Considering Jokers, I mean, me and IDI were never fully comfortable with Jokers. I mean, we were pretty comfortable with him until like the post-merge alliance stuff started happening, and then we just weren't sure. Oh God, but let's see. I'm trying to think who was next on the chopping block after Jose. Who was that? That was Matt, actually. Matt was another interesting one. So let's talk about Matt, because that was actually one of my favorite moves of the season, to tell you the truth. Matt is a guy who, like, in the first couple of rounds, he was really quiet, and then he came on. And when he came on really strong, because he decided that he was going to be making an alliance to get out England with myself and with IDI. I'm sorry, it was with Infinite, not IDI. At this point, I think already the kind of bond between England and IDI had been established. I honestly think if England had a quote-unquote alliance with anyone, and I know England himself wouldn't consider it that, but if we were to say anyone had an alliance with England, it probably would have been IDI. I mean, those two were very close, and I know that IDI had worked to get close to England, and I know that he was talking to me about, like, having conversations with him and stuff just to kind of keep England in our good graces. But, yeah, the deal with Matt. I did not trust Matt at all. At all. Because, again, this is kind of like my dilemma coming in as a new player in a community where I don't really know I don't really know the social dynamics. I don't really know anything about, like, I mean, I kind of have a better sense of it now, but there's still, like, a few years worth of history where I'm still already, like, finding out stuff about, like, rifts that people have with other people and stuff like that. And, I don't know anything. And the deal with Matt was that my instinct about him was right. That he was starting to try to make alliances with people on the other side. The only thing I had wrong was that nobody on the other side was taking it. So I guess in that respect, IDI, in that respect, Matt, I could have kept him on, and I could have kept Jokers around, and probably would have made the swap a little less stressful on my end. But at the same time, with the swap, that was where I really got Zwei and T-Cool on my side. So let's talk about that. And then honestly, I'm gonna end this show now because I have no idea when Sam's gonna come back. So I'm gonna end this show when we get to the merge, and then maybe Sam can come back and ask me questions about the merge strategy and everything like that when we get another chance. Because I just don't know, man. I can't keep doing this. Like, I'm already stumbling all over myself. So in terms of the swap, it was really scary. It was really intense because T-Cool and Infinite were working really, really closely together in terms of the brainstorming. Like, I would come on and they'd like have like 3-4 pages worth of brainstorming done. And me as a player, I'm just like, I don't like this. Because the post-swap project was actually one of my least favorite projects to do, which is an ad campaign. I don't know why I don't like ad campaigns. It's just, I just don't feel like it's very inspired in terms of Imagineering. I feel like it's obviously much more of a marketing thing. So I guess it just doesn't allow you a lot of creativity. You kind of just literally have to focus on what the public would want. So in that regard, I didn't really enjoy working on that in general, and I was very busy. I think at that point I had like literally like 3 or 4 different TV show recaps a week that I was doing. So it was a really busy time for me. So the fact that T-Cool and Infinite were that close, just in terms of working together and just in terms of forming the bond that way, just in terms of brainstorming, I was freaked. I was freaked out because I knew T-Cool wasn't going to vote for Zwyland. And yeah, that was the first time in the game that I felt genuinely worried. At this point, me and Little Giants had conversations kind of like outside of the Solo Imagineer Tribal Council shows that we would do off air. I knew about the post-merge alliance that he was trying to set up that ultimately kind of fell on its face because he ended up being inactive in it. But I knew about that, and I also, me and IDI were kind of falling apart from Jokers, because we knew that we kind of had a suspicion that Jokers was going to be more loyal to Baxtanu, a suspicion that I think kind of turned out to be true. But, yeah. But yeah, so in terms of Infinite being voted out, I didn't want to do it, but I was fully prepared to throw him under the bus if I needed to. Just in terms of like, hey, I'm a guy who's going to be more present in the game, whereas Infinite is kind of like unreliable when it comes to brainstorming. It didn't matter. It didn't matter when it came to the post-merge game, but that was the card I wanted to play. And then, boom, T-Cool did it. He set up the alliance. He was like, yeah, I think we need to have strong players going into the post-merge. And thus, the alliance between myself, Zwei, and T-Cool was born. Something that I would nurture all the way up until Zwei's elimination in 6th place, going through the merge. But, yeah, Sam, he... Oh, God, he kind of pulled a disappearing trick on me, and I do not want to get into all the post-merge dynamics on my own. So I'm going to go ahead and end this show, and we are actually going to go live in just a couple minutes with Little Giants with the Solo Imagineer Tribal Council show, the official recap of my elimination. So, yeah, look for that. And, yeah, I apologize for this being a one-man show tonight. Very much apologize for that. All right, see you guys later.